What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel this afternoon. It is a very, very, very chilly Saturday afternoon, January 6th, 2018. This is, of course, the number one professional wrestling podcast right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off the Script. Like I said, episode 203, part number 2 for your Saturday afternoon. Yesterday's video we put up, it was the top 10, my personal favorite matches of WWE in 2017. You guys seem to have enjoyed it. I thought the video came out very well. It was very well thought out in everything I wanted to say, being that I really didn't take any notes outside of the top 10 listing of my matches. So I'm just glad that I remembered a lot of the things that happened this year in an otherwise very, very shitty year for WWE. But if you guys missed that video, it is live on the channel right now. Make sure you guys go and check that out. If you did miss it, I did upload it around 8 p.m. Eastern time last night, so some of you might not have even realized that I uploaded, but it's there. Make sure you guys go and check it. I'll leave it within this video in the annotation you see in the top right corner of the screen. I will be doing a Wrestle Kingdom review. I'll be working on that today. I still have to watch the Naito-Okada match, but for the most part, I have everything I want to say in my notes. It will be coming. You will either see that later tonight or tomorrow. Either way, please. You guys are fucking begging me for a Wrestle Kingdom review, and you guys know that I primarily do WWE. But you will be getting a Wrestle Kingdom review without question this weekend, so it is coming. Just please be patient. I want to make sure it is a quality piece, and I want to make sure I put a lot of effort into the video so you guys get my representation and my thought of Wrestle Kingdom 12, Omega, and Jericho, and then everything else that happened on that show. Cody versus Ibushi, and then the Young Bucks versus Roppongi 3K. I want to get everything in there, man, so you guys will be getting that sometime this weekend. I also have to finish up recording some clips for Adam Pacitti. I will be working with Cultaholic. I don't know when it's going to debut, but they are having a new series debut on their channel. It will be featuring a lot of the YWC representatives. I was chosen, so Adam reached out to me, and I will be working with Cultaholic sometime soon this month, so look forward to that. It's going to be a very interactive little piece that they do. They sent us a bunch of questions. We got to answer them, and then obviously I will be featured on that for, I believe, a string of 20 weeks. So we'll see what happens with that, man. I don't know the full details on everything, but I do know that Adam reached out to me and that I will be a part of Cultaholic for the, at least, first half of this year, man. So thank you to them, and I look forward to working with them because they're all great guys, and I enjoy their content very much. I am excited, man. I'm excited today because we have a new sponsor officially on board with Off the Script today, and I couldn't be more happier. And it's such a pleasure for me to work with people that I know are quality, and it's such a pleasure for me to know that I have a sponsor on board that I use their product regularly every single week. Those are the best. When you know a product is damn good and you reach out to them and then, you know, by some miracle you guys are working together, that's what happened here, man. And I want to welcome Harry's Razors on board to the Off the Script family. Now, it's cold outside, and you guys know how, you know, I usually come on here and my beard is trimmed, and I get a lot of comments. You know, surprisingly, I get a lot of comments. JD's beard is looking extra sharp today, blah, blah, blah. Right now, if you guys felt the cold in New York City, it's absolutely horrendous. And I haven't shaved in 2 weeks, and I look like a homeless bum. I look like a grizzly bear. So I've just been lazy about shaving. But if there's one thing that I hate doing, but I have to do it because you guys know that your girlfriends and your wives, they're going to tell you that they don't mind, but deep down, they don't really like all this shit on your face. They really don't. And I know that the girls that I've dated in the past don't like this shit on my face at all. But if there's one thing that I hate to do, it's shaving. And to be quite honest with you, when I shaved in the past, I used disposable razors. I did, because I was afraid and I hated spending all this money on razors and gel and aftershave lotion and all this stuff just to feel good when I shave. It was very expensive, and I didn't want to splurge on that, and I decided to go, buy disposable razors and just get the job done in the simplest way that I can. So one day, I see my brother shaving. He's getting ready to go out, and I'm like, what do you use to shave your face? And I was like, I use disposable razors, but it seems like you're always, well trimmed, and it looks like you put effort into it. He's like, I use this Harry's razor. Dad got me on it. The gel is really nice, and the razors are super smooth, and it doesn't cut your face. And I'm like, really? Where'd you go buy it? So he's like, well, Mom bought it at Target. So I went to Target, and I bought myself a razor, and I bought myself some blades, and I bought myself some shaving cream, the simple stuff. And I shaved my face, and it was unbelievable, man. Normally, when I use the bigger name brands, I get cut. It's irritating my face. Obviously, the disposable razors, they're cheap, irritating my face, cutting my face, and I hate when I cut myself shaving. I've been using Harry's for like 3-4 months now. With the shaving cream, I have not cut my face once. It's the smoothest shave I've ever felt, and it does the job, man. It's nice and close, nice and smooth. And I reached out to them, and here we are. We're working together, and I believe in the product, and I want to get you guys on board with them because they're going to be on board with me all month in January. So I want you guys to look good. When I look good, I want you guys to look good too. When you guys are going out with your girlfriends or your wives for a date night on Saturday night, I want you to look good. When you're going down to New Orleans for WrestleMania and you're going to be doing meet and greets and you're going to be meeting a bunch of people, I want you to look good. If you're going to the Rumble in Philadelphia, which I hope to go to, I want you guys to look good, all right? And I want you guys to look good with Harry's razors. So we're going to do this today. Everybody that's listening to Off the Script for the entire month of January, starting today, they are so confident. I am so confident in their blades to do the job for you that we're going to give you a free trial shave set when you sign up. And you're going to go to harrys.com/script. All you have to do is pay for the shipping. They're giving you free shave sets, and they're going to have you pay for the shipping, and that is it. So what you're going to get in this is you're going to get one razor handle. You're going to get one razor blade and one razor handle. 5 precision engineered blades with lubricating strips and a trimmer blade. You're going to get the lathering shave gel, and you're going to get a travel shave blade cover. You're going to get all that stuff for free. And you guys know how expensive blades are. This is a $13 value that you're going to get for free. All you have to do is go to harrys.com/script, and then you're going to sign up. You're going to get your shave set, and you're going to be feeling good, and you're going to be looking good for when you go out next, man. Believe me, I don't put my name to anything that I do not believe in. I've been saying this for 4 years. If I believe in something, I'm going to let you guys know about it. If I'm saying something on this show, you guys know it's quality. So I want you guys to go look good, and I want you guys to go get this trial set, and you're going to thank me in the end, man. $13 value. You're going to get a razor handle. You're going to get 5 precision engineered blades with the lubricating strip and trimmer blade, shave gel, and a blade cover, man. Harrys.com/off. It's Harrys.com/script. No off the script. It's Harrys.com/script. Harrys.com/script, man. Do that and tweet me. When you guys sign up, tweet me. Take pictures. I'll link you to Harry's and all that stuff. Gonna be a good time, man. Thank you guys so much for listening. And we're gonna be on board with Harry's all month of January. So you guys are gonna be looking good for the entire month, man. Let Let's get into the news right here. Make sure to go follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. And make sure you guys turn on that bell for all notifications. We are going to start off with this little piece of information, this little nugget here. And I wish they'd fucking canceled the entire show, to be quite honest with you. I actually misread this and I got a little excited for a second. I thought 205 Live was canceled. But it's 205 Live event canceled, because you know how they wanted to go on their own little tour, right? They wanted to take the cruiserweights on tour. Seriously, who's going to go out and buy tickets to go watch Arya Davari on tour? Nobody. Nobody gives a shit about that. So WWE announced a few house shows for the cruiserweight division in January. After the events were announced, WWE added Matt Hardy. Yes, they added Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt to those shows because they knew that the 205 Live roster with, you know, the Kendricks and the Itamis and the Cedric Alexanders, you know, those guys, they weren't going to sell. They weren't going to put asses in seats. So they added Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt one-on-one to those shows because everybody loves woke and Matt Hardy. And they figured a match with Bray Wyatt would get people out to the shows. That didn't even do it. Turns out that the first scheduled 205 Live event has been canceled. This is according to the Ryan Center in Kingston, Rhode Island. They have been canceled, and they are giving the reason of rerouting and scheduling issues. Here is the refund information from the Ryan Center website. This is directly from them, and I quote, WWE 205 Live Tour scheduled for Friday, January 19th at 7:30 p.m. at the Ryan Center on campus of the University of Rhode Island has been canceled. All tickets for the Friday, January 19th show at the Ryan Center show will be fully refunded. Please see below for detailed guide for the refund process. Payment with credit card via phone, web, or the Ryan Center box office. Ticket purchasers who paid with a credit card via phone, web, or at the Ryan Center box office in person will automatically be refunded for the ticket purchase. And convenience charges within 5 days of the cancellation announcement. Please note all refunds are credited back to the original method of payment. So I'm not sure, and I'm pretty confident that nobody listening to me who's living in Rhode Island, if you're listening to me from Rhode Island, you actually decided on your own willingly to go to this show and buy tickets. I know that for a fact, because I've been putting down 205 Live for over a year now. And nobody would be that stupid to spend hard-earned money on a waste of a show. Seriously. So if one show was canceled, I don't know where the other show is. I believe it's up in Buffalo or upstate New York. Whatever the reason is, they canceled it because nobody was going to the show. They didn't sell, right? So if this show was canceled, then you might as well cancel the other show, because there was only 2 weekends in the month that this was going to take place. You might as well cancel everything else that was done. You might as well cancel 205 Live itself off the WWE Network. It's a waste of an hour. It really is. This is not what I don't even want to go into it again. This is not what the cruiserweights should be doing. They don't need their own show. You're never going to get anybody to go to that show willingly and be the head of that show. That show has such a small ceiling that once you attain something, that's it. There's nowhere else for you to go. It's not like you're on the main roster and you win the U.S. Championship. At least you got the IC title to look forward to, or the WWE Championship to look forward to, or the Universal Championship to look forward to. There's no way up. You win the Cruiserweight Championship, and then that's it. You're the champion, and the only thing you have left to do is lose it, and then you're right back down. And then you're floating in a sea of nothing. So if you're thinking about adding an Almas, or a Gargano, a Ciampa, a Roderick Strong, a Ricochet, guys like that who have more value to the main roster than they would to any 205 Live show, you're automatically going to kill a career, you're going to kill momentum, and you're going to pretty much kill the passion of said performer because there's nowhere for him to go. Nobody's coming to WWE. I don't give a shit how small you are, okay? Nobody's coming to WWE to have a desire, a dream. Oh my God, I want to go to WWE. You know, they want to go to WWE to be at WrestleMania. They want to go to WWE to, you know, be like their idols. They don't want to go to 205 Live. They don't want to go to 205 Live and just waste away their life and their career. Oh, but JD, he's on WWE TV, man. No. I would be so disappointed in my position on WWE if I was given a 205 Live spot. If I'm a Ricochet, I'm dead inside. I really am. Those guys have more value elsewhere than to one brand on WWE television. That's not even seen by a whole lot of people, except for WWE Network subscribers. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. This show should be canceled. Everything that the WWE is doing with the cruiserweights should be on Monday Night Raw. They should be building these guys up with simple storylines, and they should be opening the show, high energy matches. Let these guys off the chains. Let these guys off the cuffs. Get rid of the weight limit. If Rey Mysterio is winning Royal Rumbles and going to WrestleMania and winning world titles, why are you going to now handcuff these guys and just suppress them to not doing what others before them already did on the main roster? Why would you ever do that? Who came up with this concept? It's a dead brand. It's a dead concept now because WWE didn't know how to handle it out of the gate from the Cruiserweight Classic. If Finn Balor ain't wrestling on 205 Live, then why do I have to see Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander suppressed on 205 Live? Why do I have to see Itami? Why would I ever want to see a Ricochet? It doesn't make any sense to me. So WWE needs to fix that. It's a dead brand. Cancel all the fucking events. Cancel all the live shows. Cancel all the shows on the network. It's garbage. It's a waste of everybody's time. I'm actually happy to see this canceled. Nobody's going to that show. Nobody watches it. Just eat your losses. Go back to the drawing board. Let's have another Cruiserweight Classic, and let's hit the restart on all this shit. Seriously. That's what I do. One of these summers, that I have a reset, another Cruiserweight Classic, the second annual Cruiserweight Classic, and you rebuild the brand from there. Make it as if it's a whole restart. Get rid of the weight limit. Do what you got to do. Give me that passion that we seen from the Cruiserweight Classic. Where did that go? I've said it time and time again. You take what those guys did in that tournament and you put that on Monday Night Raw in a prime spot, there is absolutely no way in hell that it doesn't get over. They ruined it. They won't admit it. We know it. They don't know it, and they won't admit it. They ruined the brand, and they ruined the entire Cruiserweight concept. By week 1, it was dead. Moving on here, man. I have a lot of Royal Rumble / WrestleMania news. And by the title of this video, you guys are probably scared shitless. Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble? My God, how the internet would explode. We don't need net neutrality, motherfucker. The internet will be dead if Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble. On Wednesday, and I know this is late, and I know it's debunked. I knew it was debunked when I read it the first minute it was floating around on the internet. On Wednesday, there was an image from a television commercial in South Africa that aired during Smackdown Live. Now, I wasn't going to run to my computer and report this because I knew it was fake. And you want to know why I knew it was fake? 2 reasons. 1, why would WWE ever take the title off Brock Lesnar? Now? Now you're going to take the title off Brock Lesnar. You didn't take it off him in July. You didn't take it off him in September. Now you're going to take it off of him. Right before WrestleMania. Right before this Roman Reigns match that you've jizzed over for the last year and a half, right? Yeah, sure. The other reason was Big Cass was in this Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Universal Championship. Big Cass is nowhere near ready to come back. He's going to be missing WrestleMania. So why would Big Cass all of a sudden be back after an ACL injury that's going to keep him out for 9 months? Doesn't make any sense. Don't know where this came from, who put this together, why it even aired. It didn't make any fucking reason, any sense. Now, since the ad has popped up all over social media, it's interesting for several reasons. It was interesting for several reasons. The main reason was that Braun Strowman is pictured with the Universal Championship alongside Brock Lesnar, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Cesaro, And like I said, Big Cass. Big Cass has been out of action since August with a torn ACL. ACL rehab can take anywhere between 2 and 9 months, so it's possible he'll be back in time for Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in February, but more than likely not. Presumably, those 6 superstars will compete in Elimination Chamber, with the winner moving on to the main event of WrestleMania. So what does this mean? If this was not a mistake and the ad was released early, then it likely means that Strowman will win the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. He would probably pin Kane to win the Universal Championship. And since Lesnar is still figured into the main event picture at WrestleMania, then that probably means he'll be winning it back at the Elimination Chamber. That is, if that was a legit photo, which is not. It's not. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. You guys know how, we all played the Wrestle Rumble pool for the last pay-per-view that we seen, Clash of Champions, right? And we seen that triple threat match with Ziggler, Rude, and Baron Corbin. How everybody chose Bobby Roode to win the United States Championship. What did WWE do? They're like, oh, everybody thinks Bobby Roode's going to win this. We're going to fuck you. And we're going to throw Dolph Ziggler in the U.S. Championship title picture. And we're going to have him win it. Nobody is expecting Ziggler to win it, so we're going to choose Ziggler to win this match. And Ziggler won the United States Championship. Now, it could be the same thing, the same way of thinking for Vince McMahon here. This triple threat match with Lesnar and Kane and Strowman, everybody with a brain is probably picking Lesnar to win this match. What if WWE decides to say, you know what, everybody thinks Lesnar's going to win this match. We're going to fuck him over, and we're going to give the title to Strowman. I would not be surprised at all if WWE went with that logic, because it wouldn't be the first time that they did it. Now, Brock Lesnar vs. Roman Reigns has been the rumored main event for a very long time. We all know that. I don't want to make it nauseous again. But the expectation was that Roman would win the Rumble match and then capture the Universal title at WrestleMania. Because, Vince McMahon wants him to be the hero, the conquering hero in all this, as if running through the entire Raw roster wasn't enough. As if winning the Intercontinental Championship wasn't enough. Now he wants Reigns to win the Royal Rumble. Do you really want a riot? And I'm not even joking or exaggerating. You really want a riot in Philadelphia? Then please do not even conceive such a thought. There have been rumors about Braun Strowman winning the championship at the Royal Rumble, which would be a drastic change of plans for the WrestleMania card. False. But I do want you guys to know, if that picture that you've seen floating around with Strowman carrying the strap for the Elimination Chamber, if that is true, then it does open up the possibility of Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble, which I don't think is happening. Now, creative plans may change, they always do, but the rumor has been debunked, and everybody's expectation is that Lesnar's title run will continue into WrestleMania 34, despite the fact that Brock will remain the Universal Champion. It's not a guarantee that Roman Reigns will win the Royal Rumble. In fact, it's been reported that Roman Reigns won't be winning the Royal Rumble. Instead, it will likely be Shinsuke Nakamura or, which I hope this doesn't happen, John Cena wins the Royal Rumble. And I have news on John Cena winning the Royal Rumble tomorrow. And I have news on Vince McMahon's creative plans as of right now on what he wants for the WrestleMania WWE Championship match. And how people are trying to convince him no. And when you listen to what I have to say, you're gonna think the same thing that I'm thinking, that Vince McMahon needs to go. This man needs to step away immediately. So, Roman Reigns, at this juncture, will not be winning the Royal Rumble. I am pretty confident in that. Anything can happen. If this ad was true, then it would be likely that Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble, because there would be no other way for him to gain entry into the Universal Championship match at WrestleMania. Lesnar is winning at the Rumble. We got Reigns winning in the Elimination Chamber. And that's the way it's going to be. Simple as that. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble, probably going to be a Smackdown guy. And it needs to be Shinsuke Nakamura, because that's the match it needs to be. Nakamura and AJ Styles at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Simple as that. I want nothing else, and WWE should strive for nothing less. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, Smackdown, John Cena, free agent, Shinsuke Nakamura, Smackdown Live superstar. Those are the biggest names right now, rumored to win the Royal Rumble. But there are stars from SmackDown Live that are definitely going to miss the Royal Rumble. We're just 3 weeks away from the Rumble itself, and WWE continues the build towards the event this week on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live by adding more matches to the show as well as more participants to the Rumble match. In the main event of SmackDown this week, obviously we've seen Bryan add a WWE Championship match. AJ Styles will defend in a handicap match against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Keep that in the back of your mind. We're going to talk about that tomorrow on part 3. As well as this match and the other matches being booked for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view so far include, obviously, the men's and women's Rumble matches, the finals of the U.S. Championship Tournament, and a triple threat match between Brock Lesnar, Kane, and Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. The match card for the Royal Rumble is almost full, and the spots in the Rumble matches may be filling up quickly too. And it is this booking that could possibly stop 4 big SmackDown stars to not even compete in the Rumble match. Now, reports have stated that Bobby Roode is expected to face Jinder Mahal. Where'd you hear that first? Right here. In the final of the U.S. Championship Tournament at the Royal Rumble. And Bobby Roode is likely, right now, according to rumors, is likely to walk out the new United States champion. I don't know how good of an idea that is. I would rather Jinder Mahal, yes, I don't believe I'm saying this. I would rather Jinder Mahal win the title and then have Bobby Roode chase the United States Championship in a babyface role right now and have him take the title from him at WrestleMania. I think that would be a better situation for Bobby Roode. But in the end, I want Bobby Roode to enter the WWE Championship picture as a heel, and I would rather see Nakamura and Styles kind of battle it out all summer, and then at the end of the summer, Bobby Roode says, "I'm here." We get that manipulative fucking dick Bobby Roode we've seen in NXT, and then the transformation for Bobby Roode would be complete. I don't know why they still to this day brought in Bobby Roode as a babyface. It's all because of his theme. Vince McMahon was like, well, they're singing the theme. Let's make him a babyface. Coming from a guy who doesn't even believe in babyfaces and heels, bad versus good, you know. He doesn't believe in any of that shit anymore. So why are you so hard on this decision? I don't understand that. But according to other sources, if Roode does advance to the final of the tournament at the Rumble, he may not actually be in the Rumble match later on in the evening. WrestleVotes. Also, this apparently this is a news site. I don't know. I never heard of them before. They've also stated that 3 competitors involved in the WWE Championship match, Owens, Zayn, and Styles, will not be in the Rumble match. Fine. I'm okay with that. AJ Styles is the WWE Champion. Why would he even be in the Rumble? If he wins or loses, why would he be in the Rumble match if he was already in a WWE Championship match? Why are Owens and Zayn going to have another opportunity at the WWE Championship through the Royal Rumble if they were already in a WWE Championship match? Doesn't make any sense. So I'm okay with those guys being out. Now, Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal, they're in the undercard. They could fight for the United States Championship and be in the Royal Rumble. That's fine. Go back to 92. Everybody's most beloved Royal Rumble. Roddy Piper beat the Mountie for the Intercontinental Championship. Roddy Piper was an odds-on favorite to win the Royal Rumble. Everybody proclaimed he won the IC Championship. He could win the IC Championship and the WWE Championship in the same night. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a mid-card champion and challenger earlier in the evening competing in the Royal Rumble. My gripe is what happened last year. Roman Reigns was the challenger for the Universal Championship against Kevin Owens, right? He's in a championship match. But WWE went against all law or all common logic, gifting Roman a Universal Championship match earlier in the evening and then having him come out at number 30? That doesn't make any sense to me, man. Then why wasn't AJ Styles in the WWE Royal Rumble? Why wasn't he in the Rumble match? You know? Doesn't make any sense. What gives Roman the opportunity and AJ not? So I don't understand why WWE wouldn't put their mid-card guys to fill the Rumble with big names. I don't understand that. Zayn, Owens, and Styles, I understand because they're in a championship match. They don't belong in the Royal Rumble. Just like Reigns didn't belong in the Royal Rumble last year. This leaves SmackDown very light, if so, on star power in the Rumble compared to Raw, as the only big superstars in the match for SmackDown will be Orton, Nakamura, Corbin, The New Day, and they are yet to confirm that they will be in the match. It will be illogical if Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal are not in the Royal Rumble match. Owens, Styles, and Zayn, I don't really care if they miss the Rumble match because it's just common law for the Rumble show, right? Reigns did it last year, should have never even been. So I don't expect Owens, Styles, and Zayn in the Rumble match. But then you can look at it on the flip side. Well, if Reigns did it last year, why can't Owens and Zayn do it this year? But I'll talk about all that tomorrow because I'm going to let you in on what Vince McMahon wants at WrestleMania. And if what he wants happens, then we're going to kind of revert plans and we're going to go back to the drawing board for WrestleMania and Styles, Nakamura, Zayn, Owens, and all this nonsense with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Look forward to that being the top story on Off the Script tomorrow. But if you're in the mid-card, you're in the Rumble. If you're in the main event, right? Same thing with Lesnar, Kane, and Strowman. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit who you are or how big you are or how big of a monster you are. Kane and Strowman do not belong in the Rumble match. Why? Because they're already fighting for the championship earlier in the night. You're not going to give them another opportunity to win another title match. Come on, man. Stick to the tradition. Stick to the old school. I know it's been done and that rule has been broken, but very minimal. Let's do it right this year. Speaking of Rumble, speaking of Cena, Cena is advertised for Fastlane. Yeah, you know how awful that pay-per-view was in 2017. Cena is gearing up for his next run with the WWE, at least through WrestleMania 34. Where he'll be after that, I don't know. Fastlane is set to take place on March 11 at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, and will air on the WWE Network. This will be an exclusive Smackdown pay-per-view because Raw has the Elimination Chamber, and then obviously I really don't know why this is even happening. Why is there a need for a exclusive branded pay-per-view right before WrestleMania? Do you know how much I hate that? Instead of building all your resources for WrestleMania, you have to build towards Fastlane, and then you're going to have 3 weeks, 4 weeks for WrestleMania. It should be coming out of the chamber, should be SmackDown has all that time to really milk the feuds and make them feel special. If you got Fastlane in between Rumble and Mania with the chamber next to it, more than likely what you're going to see at Fastlane, you're going to see at WrestleMania as well. And that just gives you a repetitive feel. And nothing feels special and nothing feels fresh. That's just my honest opinion on it. The website for the venue is advertising Cena for the event. The website for the venue is also listing the main event as a huge fatal five-way, which I don't believe, for the WWE Championship match featuring AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, I reported, and I read online, that Randy Orton's going to be taking time off in between Rumble and Mania. He is very happy with his new schedule. He gets to do what he wants, gets to make some money, gets to sit at home and do things with his family, okay? If Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble, which I expect him to, and he should win the Royal Rumble, why would he be in this match? Styles, Zayn, and Owens, I could see. You know? I don't know what's going to happen with the outcome at WrestleMania, at Royal Rumble, rather. But if Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble, like I should, or like he should, or like I want him to, there's no reason for him to be in this match. Now, just a few days ago, Cena revealed on social media that he will be officially taking part in the Royal Rumble match. Cena made the announcement in a post on Twitter by writing the following: A sunny morning on the first day of 2018. Possibilities are endless. Opportunities are plentiful. Time to earn the day, because January 28th, I'm entering the Royal Rumble match and earning a chance at history, WrestleMania. Cena is being advertised for several upcoming WWE events. This is the schedule. He'll be at the Rumble in Philly. He'll be on Monday Night Raw in Philly the next night. Raw in Des Moines, Iowa on 2/5. That's right before my birthday on 2/6. Smackdown taking place on 2/6. Put on a damn good show for me, will you? Elimination Chamber, he'll be at 2/25 in Las Vegas. Monday Night Raw on 2/26 in Anaheim, California. Fastlane pay-per-view on 3/11 and WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans on April 8th. If WWE is really incensed on giving Cena a Rumble win, that's terrible booking. Terrible booking. For what? For a fake Ric Flair title record? 17? Nobody wants to see that. We'll talk about it. Talk about it, man. It's going to all correlate to what I got to talk about with Vince McMahon's plans for WrestleMania and what he wants. Not what the fans want. Fuck the fans. Speaking of fuck the fans, WWE brings up Bayley to the main roster. One of the best things in NXT when she was down there. Killed her immediately on the main roster. Nobody gives a shit about Bayley anymore. When you're doing a list of missed opportunities in professional wrestling to close out 2017, Bayley's name could very well be at the top of that list. The fact that Bayley is one of WWE's biggest females, right, on the roster. Her debut was long overdue by everybody, highly anticipated by everybody. When it finally happened, she came in with a lot of fanfare, but she was absolutely mishandled outside of NXT. Nobody on Raw knew what to do with her. WWE hasn't done much to help Bayley's character come along recently either. And Dave Meltzer recently said WWE gave up on Bayley a long time ago when he opened up about the subject during an episode of Wrestling Observer Radio this week. And I quote from Meltzer, "They have already given up on her, and they've given up on her a long, long time ago." Well, fuck them. I mean, why are you even bringing her up then if you're giving up on her? Why are you bringing her up? I mean, I don't understand. Is she making you any money? Is she doing anything to drastically change the women's division? No. So why don't you use her to her potential where it sees fit? If you're not using her to benefit the roster or benefit the division, then what is the purpose? To get her in front of a wider audience, to sell more t-shirts, to get more headbands, right? To get more teddy bears sold? Meanwhile, she's doing nothing of importance on television. I hate it. No direction, no fucking care at all about the character. How you go from one extreme to the other about Bayley? I don't get it. It's like WWE brings up these females or anybody, men for as well. They bring up these performers for no reason, just for the sake of filling a roster spot that's not even needed to be filled. It's like you got to be the flavor of the fucking month. If you ain't the flavor of the month, it ain't your time. It's like WWE wakes up one morning, yeah, we'll give Alexa Bliss the title for 6 months, and we'll bury every other female underneath her, and then we'll give Bayley a token title run for 2 weeks. It's like they wake up and all of a sudden they got plans just bouncing off their head in their dreams. Yeah, I'll do this. Yeah, we'll do that. There's no long-term planning. How are you gonna sustain these characters? And how are you gonna get the fans to care about these characters if you constantly push them and then bury them, push them and then bury them, and then leave them buried? It's just a terrible feeling. Bayley's been treated horrible. She loves wrestling. That's been documented. Very well documented. That led to one of the worst segments on Monday Night Raw in its history. With This Is Your Life, Bayley. But WWE management doesn't really see anything in Bayley right now. You know? They'd rather favor the other female performers over Bayley. There are plenty of other people to go with at this point. And even more could be on their way up from NXT sooner rather than later with this Royal Rumble. With Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, you know? It's just a sad, sad situation for Bayley. You talk about missed opportunities in 2017. Finn Balor and Bayley make the perfect couple for missed opportunities in 2017. Absolutely terrible. People were saying Bayley was the female John Cena. How do you go from being the female John Cena to catering? You're nothing more than a catering MVP at this point. You know? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And with the inclusion of Asuka in the division, Bayley's spot just gets bumped down even further. Furthermore, that they don't give a shit about Bayley. Speaking of the women, speaking of Asuka, there could be a big title change to take place before the Royal Rumble. WWE officials could be planning a big title change soon. As seen on this week's episode of Raw in Miami, terrible crowd by the way, at the American Airlines Arena, current Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss lost to Asuka in a non-title match. Now, traditionally, when a champion loses in a non-title match to whomever their opponent is, that person is usually granted a title match soon after because they beat the champion. It's common sense. There have been reports about WWE Chairman Vince McMahon considering booking Asuka against former UFC bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 34. WrestleMania 34, obviously, April 8th, Mercedes-Benz Superdome, New Orleans. Both Raw and SmackDown rosters clearly will be featured on the roster, on the card. Dave Meltzer speculated on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio that WWE officials could, I'm not saying that they will or the Meltzer knows anything that we don't. He says that they could be putting the Raw Women's title on Asuka before the Royal Rumble. We go on to explain that if they did put the title on Asuka before the event, then she wouldn't have to compete in the Rumble match, leaving it open to book without the pressure of having Asuka in the Rumble. Makes sense. Meltzer knows what he's talking about, and it does make sense. WWE would then book Bliss against Asuka in a rematch for the title at this show. Asuka began her career back in 2004, just a little backtrack, before beginning to do work for Pro Wrestling Wave in 2008. She also did work for Smash, New Wrestling Classic, as well as other promotions. Asuka finally signed with the WWE in 2015, was sent to NXT. At TakeOver Dallas, Asuka defeated Bayley to win the NXT Women's Championship, and obviously the 500 days that followed, she became the most vicious and most dominant NXT champion for the females ever. She recently successfully defended her strap against Ember Moon at TakeOver Brooklyn 3, which was one of the best matches of my year, number 5 actually, on yesterday's video. She suffered an arm injury during that match, which forced her to relinquish the title, and then WWE made the decision to call her up to the main roster, put her on Monday Night Raw. She made her main roster debut at WWE TLC at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, by beating Emma in a singles match. Didn't make any sense because the match went 10 minutes. They released Emma the next week. Should have been a squash match if you knew Emma was going to be released. And don't tell me WWE didn't know they were going to release Emma. Don't tell me it was one of those decisions where they just wake up, yeah, we're going to release Emma today. No, you knew. You knew. Don't give me that shit. So WWE not only fucked that up, but they kind of stalled the debut of Asuka and didn't really do what they needed to do with her debut on Monday Night Raw. Now, with Alexa Bliss, she's been the champion on Monday Night Raw for quite some time. You know, if you're not watching, right? Or if you're watching, you probably felt like the championship on Monday Night Raw is a non-entity right now. It hasn't been defended. Alexa Bliss, this past Monday, I believe, that was her first singles match since October. I gotta remember to shut that thing off. I have an Amazon Echo, and every time I mention Bliss's name, it just goes off. So I'm sorry about that little distraction. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I always think I got somebody in my house with me, but I'm here by myself. She was sent to Monday Night Raw via the shakeup from SmackDown. Alexa Bliss was the first woman to hold the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships at the same time. But she was immediately thrusted into a program with Bayley, and Bliss would capture the title and then hold it. And now we're in a position where WWE could be set to take the title off of Bliss and give it to Asuka. Now, if they do give the title to Asuka, that opens up Rousey making a potential appearance and winning the Women's Royal Rumble, which I don't want because she really isn't part of the roster. And that could open up the potential for Paige to win the Rumble. That would be a great way back. They could do and just pick up where we've seen the storyline go. That Absolution, that is absolutely awful, have been stalking Asuka. They can continue that. Paige can challenge Asuka at WrestleMania for the title. Whichever way WWE wants to go about it. I don't know where Rousey fits in. I really don't. Maybe they save Rousey for the 4 Horsewomen. Maybe that plan comes back into place. Maybe they save Rousey for Charlotte. I don't know. Or maybe we get Asuka versus Rousey for the title. I have no fucking idea. You know what a first title defense that would be for Asuka at WrestleMania, defeating Ronda Rousey. Can't get any bigger than that. But I don't want Ronda Rousey winning the Royal Rumble. Otherwise, there's no other way for Rousey to get a title match. So it really doesn't make sense. WWE's got a lot of thinking to do here. Either put the title on Asuka and have her go into WrestleMania as champion, or you do the traditional babyface thing and you slow build Asuka's dominance, have her win the Royal Rumble, and have her win the title at WrestleMania against whoever the champion is. You know, if you want Paige to take the title off Alexa Bliss, I think I'd rather have that scenario. Book Paige to take the championship off Alexa Bliss before WrestleMania, have Asuka win the Rumble, and have Asuka chase Paige into WrestleMania and win the championship. That probably might be the best scenario here. So WWE certainly has a lot of thinking to do, but the thought of having the title change before the Rumble is there. Will we see it? We'll have to find out. In the most petty thing I have read in months, and I would not be surprised if WWE did this at all. There are rumors of WWE turning Daniel Bryan heel. Why would WWE want to do that? Would it even be successful? Would anybody look at Daniel Bryan as a bad guy? I don't think so. I think it's humanly impossible to turn Daniel Bryan heel. I really do. But it's one of the most interesting storylines right now on Smackdown Live. Daniel Bryan's strained relationship with Shane McMahon. We discussed it could be Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon. It could be Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. And WWE can clear Daniel Bryan before WrestleMania and put him in a tag team role and minimize his role and use his name as star power for WrestleMania, right? Being that he'll be on the card in the ring doing very minimal work. But would Daniel Bryan want that? You know, we don't know. But it's possible. Now, the general manager and the commissioner of SmackDown Live, obviously the storyline is they haven't seen eye to eye on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Shane McMahon wants them fired, and Daniel Bryan wants to give them an opportunity because they're talented guys, right? The brand would be better with them on it instead of them fired. Most of them seem to be revolving around Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, all these differences, right? As they continue to be entertained by, you know, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens just doing what they want willingly, freely on SmackDown Live. We've seen what Owens and Shane have been through, so it comes to no surprise that he wants them off the show. Bryan has been heavily favoring both Zayn and Owens because he even placed them in a handicap match at the Royal Rumble with AJ Styles for the WWE Championship on the line, stating that these guys came from where I was. Everybody deserves an opportunity, no matter what's going on. Don't be like your father, Shane. Now, this came off, this announcement for the Rumble, in a very heel-like manner. I heard some boos, but the majority of the crowd was doing the yes chant, right? I didn't think Daniel Bryan came off as a heel. It was sprinkled with some heel mannerisms, but it wasn't Daniel Bryan coming off as a heel. Now, one would look at it differently, being that AJ Styles is the biggest babyface on the roster, right? And I mentioned this on SmackDown Live review. AJ Styles is the biggest babyface on SmackDown Live. You could look at it as a major heel-like move, being that Daniel Bryan is stacking the deck against the most beloved guy on SmackDown Live. But I don't think Daniel Bryan is going to end up being a heel. I don't see how they could possibly pull that off. I mean, who willingly is going to dislike Daniel Bryan? WWE has done everything to make you like Daniel Bryan. That's why he's on TV. Now you're going to make everybody hate Daniel Bryan? I think it's an impossible venture. Now, it's not in his character to be heel. I don't want to see him heel. I don't think anybody has an interest in seeing him heel. So it's clear to see that the direction that they're going in right now is very confusing. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter has highlighted why WWE could very well be pulling the trigger on a heel turn for Daniel Bryan. And this is the most petty thing I've read in months. And if this is the case, A, I wouldn't be surprised. And B, WWE clearly is either A, worried, B, is absolutely brain dead, or C, just completely out of touch with their audience. It's difficult to imagine Daniel Bryan receiving negative reactions. We already discussed that. Not only because fans still cheer for Owens and Zayn because they are cool heels. They're entertaining heels and people like to be entertained. But also because he took popularity to new heights before WrestleMania 30. Why would you boo Daniel Bryan? That with his injuries and everything else and him being linked to Brie Bella and his new kid, right? They want to see him wrestle again. According to Meltzer, he feels that there's a very sneaky reason why WWE could pull a heel turn on Daniel Bryan. Meltzer believes that WWE could be turning him heel so that the number of fans that tune into Bryan's wrestling return to the indie scene will be minimal. This means they're trying to hurt Daniel Bryan's mainstream appeal and value by potentially leaving him as a company heel. Rather than a babyface, when he leaves the company, fans will have sympathy for him. Bryan has already expressed several times that he hates the current role he has in WWE, and it's thought that he could return to in-ring competition very soon. Very, very soon upon leaving the WWE. Although WWE could be trying something as drastic as this, I really don't understand how WWE doesn't understand or perceive how much fanfare Daniel Bryan has behind him. You really think turning him heel is going to have any effect on people wanting to see Daniel Bryan wrestle a match? I mean, are you out of your fucking mind? Who gives a shit? You think the average wrestling fan that's going to go to a Ring of Honor show or tunes into New Japan is going to give a fuck if Daniel Bryan is a heel or not when he leaves the company? All you have to do is book Daniel Bryan in-ring return after 3 years it could be against a cardboard cutout. And it would make mainstream news. You could put him against Cody. You think it's going to matter to these people? Nope. You could put him against Omega. Nope. You could put him against Jericho. Nope. Okada. Nope. CM Punk? Nope. Doesn't matter what WWE does. This is how stupid they are. Not everything revolves around what you do. This is them discrediting how popular Daniel Bryan is. This is them neglecting how popular Daniel Bryan is, right? They think by turning him heel, it's going to have any effect on if he goes to New Japan and wrestles Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 13 for the United States Championship. Are you out of your mind? Who in this business would care if Daniel Bryan is a heel or babyface? We don't give a shit about that. We want to see wrestling. The guy is capable of going. Who gives a shit what he is or what he looks like? Wow, man. WWE is absolutely out of touch. That is the dumbest thing I have. Now, this is all Meltzer. This is not true by any means, so take this with a grain of salt, but this is Meltzer's way of thinking. It's possible. They are that petty. WWE is that petty. I could see them doing that. But if WWE really has that in their mindset, how stupid do they come off? God, they are absolutely out of this world. Just mind-numbingly ridiculous. Complete fucking stupidity. That is off the script, man. I'm going to leave it at that. I got more news tomorrow. Like I said, that big Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn story. What Vince McMahon wants from WrestleMania and the WWE Championship. And what people are trying to talk him out of. We'll talk about that tomorrow on Off the Script. Make sure you guys visit harrys.com/script for your free package and razor blades and shave cream. Going to be great. Make sure you guys check that out. And obviously, patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. Audible still on with us. audibletrial.com/offthescript. You guys got 30 days to try their service out. You're going to get one free audiobook just for signing up. That is for all new listeners of the show only, so take advantage of that, man. We got Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for notifications. And if you guys want your t-shirts, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript, man. I'm JD. I'm going to take some lunch, and I'm going to work on the Wrestle Kingdom review, and I'll see you guys with it maybe tonight. I'm not promising anything. Maybe tonight, most definitely tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune into that, and I'll see you right back here on Off the Script for part number 3 on Sunday, January 7th, man. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more content right here on the channel. I'll talk to you later.